Om. 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 Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sadashivasamārambhām Shankaracharya-madhyamām Asmadacharya-paryantām Vande Guru-paraṁparām. Shruti-smriti-purāṇānaṁ Ālayam Karuṇālayam Namāmi Bhagavad-pāda Shankaram Lokashankaram. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badharayanam Sutrabhashya Kritav Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Graditam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavati Ashtadashadhyayini Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavatveshini Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunvanti Devyai Stavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanisadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Hi. The one who dedicates all actions to Bhagavan and does all those actions with no attachment. He lives in this world just like a lotus leaf that is living in water, is untouched by the water drops. So the best benefit of karma yoga is that it gives one a calmness of mind, gets rid of all anxieties. Kayena manasa buddhya kevalairindrayairapi yoginah karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. The karma yogi does all actions. He does actions with his body, mind, intellect, everything he does. But he does that with no attachment. He does that for only one purpose, for the purification of his mind. And when he does so, he gains yukta karma palam tyaktva shantim apnoti naishtikim. Ayuktaha kamakarena phale sakto nibadyate. So this karma yogi, having given up all fruits of action with his practice of karma yoga, he attains peace of mind. Shantim apnoti. He is peaceful, he is calm, quiet. Of course, this peace is a relative peace. It's not the permanent peace that we talk about when he gains the jnana. Ashantasya kutasakam. We are not talking about that. Okay? But this itself is a great achievement. But on the other hand, the one who does not practice karma yoga, he doesn't act with the karma yoga bhavana, he'll be attached to the results of the action. And therefore, he'll be disturbed. So, being attached to the results, he will be bound by the actions. That will cause a lot of anxieties, worries, disturbance in the mind. So, this is a very clear contrast between the one who practices karma yoga and the one who does not. Therefore, Bhagavan advises Arjuna, don't be a karmi, one who just does actions, but be a karma yogi. Sarva karmani manasa sanyasyaste sukham vashi navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvan nakarayan. So the jnani gives up all actions, not physically. Okay, we've already seen Pashyan, Shanvan, and all that. He does everything. Actions he does. Physically, everything is going on. But he gives up mentally the kartrutva bhava. And he realizes, he discovers the fact that is, I am the actionless Atma. I am the Atma which does not perform any action. Then he continues to live in the body. He is a Dehi. Navadvare pure Dehi. In this city of 9 gates he lives. And when he does that, he does not do any action, nor does he instigate any action. So the main topic under the discussion is karma sanyasa, karma yoga vishishyate. The performance of action with the attitude of karma yoga is superior to that formal sannyasa. That is how a wise man will become one with the Atma Swarupa, his own real nature. He will understand. Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham chidananda rupaha shivoham shivoham. He will understand, I am that Atma, which is nothing but auspiciousness. Shivoham shivoham. I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm not the ego or the memory. None of these upadhis. I am of the nature of Chit. Chit Chaitanyam, the consciousness that I am. So this is what is taken up in the next verse, verse 14. Let us read. न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः न कर्मफलसंयोगं न कर्मफलसंयोगं स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते स्वभावस्त प्रवर्तते न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः न कर्मफलसंयोगं स्वभावस्त प्रवर्तते. Here the word Prabhuhu. Prabhuhu means Atma. You all know the more common meaning. Prabhu is Ishvara. Prabhu who has the lordship, who is in control, the master. It's a common meaning, but here it is used in the meaning of Atma. The discussion, the description that is going on is about Atma Swarupa. The Atma, Anatma Vivechanam. The distinction between Atma and Atma that we are talking about. So we should take the meaning of Prabhu to be Atma. So the Jnani, he claims, I am that Atma, the self. I'm not any of these Anatma, the not self. So Atma Swarupa Lakshana should be understood here. So Prabhu, the Atma, na srijati, does not create anything. And Bhagavan says, Atma produces nothing. It does not create even kartrutva, doership. The body has the doership. The mind has the natural doership. Technically, ahankar. Doer, I am the doer. Aham karta. Ahankara. Sa ahankara. But Atma is not responsible for any action. The doership is also not created by Atma. Karmani na srijati. Doesn't even create the object of action. Atma does nothing. Does not create. Atma does not produce the karta or the karma. And also, na karma pala sanyogam, nor the interaction between karta and karma pala. In other words, Atma is a silent spectator, does not do anything. If Atma does not do anything, how come all these actions are going on? Who is responsible for all that's taken place? So Sri Krishna says, Swabhavaha tu pravartate. It is the innate nature, swabhava, of the body to be active. Natural for the mind to be active. Just like the electricity by itself does not do anything. Similarly, Atma does not do anything. Electricity blesses all the electric gadgets. Electricity does not go out and say, hey, bulb, give some light. It doesn't say, the light comes on. It doesn't do anything. No. It doesn't ask the radio or the TV to Either make some sound or show some pictures. He doesn't ask, Alexa, play that for me. No, Atma doesn't say that. But one thing is, it just blesses all the pieces of equipment. Whatever is plugged in into that outlet will do its job. The inbuilt nature, for example, of a fan, that makes the blades rotate when energized by electricity. It has the potential to rotate, but it has to be triggered and sustained by electricity. So do all the other instruments, like the radio or the TV, any of them. They all will do the respective functions in the presence of electricity. That function, whether it is giving light or playing some music or some videos, that is not determined by electricity. They are all determined by that gadget. Hmm. And what does electricity do then? It energizes, enlivens, triggers their potential. And we say it blesses them. So similarly here also, the body does its activity. It walks, it talks, it grabs, it drops, all that. And the various organs of the body can do all those actions. The sense organs, they can see, hear, touch, taste, smell, all that's going on. But all that is going on because it is blessed by Atma. In its presence, everything else is going on. The Atma doesn't itself go and do something. It's only a witness. In the presence of light, the thief steals. In the presence of light, the saint spreads the message of the Lord. Each one is doing his own thing, good or bad, in the presence of light. Sometimes it is very dim light. The thief wants. He doesn't want total brightness. But somebody who's doing something great, everybody to see. So don't blame or praise the light by itself. So in the same way, in the presence of Atma, everything, indriyani, indriyarteshu vartante, swabhavah tu pravartate. Sense organs act according to their ability and their potential. Sense organs function in the field of sense objects. All that is happening in the presence of the Atma, the consciousness. But whatever actions are done, that is happening due to the nature of those senses. That Atma, that is me, neither the doer nor the enjoyer. Nor am I the prompter of action or enjoyment. Then what do I feel? That I'm doing everything, I'm enjoying. What do I feel like that? One word, it is because of swabhava, your nature. What nature? Foolish. Ignorance. What? Yes. You don't know your true nature and you take yourself to be something that you're not and you suffer. Atma does not do anything. But what to do? In its presence, the body, senses, mind, and intellect all function. Eyes see, ears hear, mind feels the emotions, intellect thinks. How? In ignorance, I attribute all that to me, the ahankara. Instead of saying, I am Atma and in my presence everything else is going on. As Atma, I do not do anything. Why? What to do? That again is Swabhava. That is the Swabhava of Atma. Satchit Ananda. That's it. If I understand my Swabhava, if I understand Atma Swarupa, there will be a lot of peace in all of us. Instead, I take myself to be Karta and Bhokta, the doer, enjoyer. That is avidya, ignorance. And due to avidya, I suffer. Nadatte kasyachit papam. Nadatte kasyachit papam. Na chaiva sukrutam vibhuhu. Na chaiva sukrutam vibhuhu. Ajnanena vratam jnanam. Ajnanena vratam jnanam. तेन मुह्यन्ति जन्तवः तेन मुह्यन्ति जन्तवः नादत्ते कस्यचित् पापम् न चैव सुकृतं विभुः अज्ञानेनावृतं ज्ञानम् तेन मुह्यन्ति जन्तवः. In the previous verses, Bhagavan said, Atma is akarta, abhokta, neither a doer nor an enjoyer, not even a akarayita, not even an prompter of action. Now in this verse he says, therefore only Atma is also a bhokta, not the enjoyer. It does not have any punya or papa. Na punyam na papam na saukyam na dukkam na mantro na tirtho na veda na yajna. Aham bhojanam naiva bhojyam na bhokta chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. I'm not any of them. No punya papa for me. No sukha, no dukkha. Nothing. Then who am I? Shri Krishna says, Kasya chit papam na adate. It does not take any papa done by anything or anyone. That's good. I'm relieved. What about punya? What about punya? I want to keep them. No. Na chaiva sukritam. Even the punya doesn't belong to you. Nor would vibhuhu, the all-pervading Atma, acquire any punya. Just like the space does not get wet when it rains. It doesn't get burnt in the fire. The space will be there. In the same way, the space-like consciousness is not affected in any shape, way, or form by either papa or punya. Now we may get a doubt. If a criminal did a crime, can he claim that he is the Atma and as such I am not responsible for the crime? That argument will not fly, because in the presence of Atma, it was the body of the criminal which did the crime. So any punishment that is given is not for the Atma. It is only for his body. That's what did the crime. It has to do the time. So the body level karma is there. Karma pala is there. So the laws of karma will be applicable. Hence, at the body level, I have to be dharmic. But at the Atma Swarupa, I am punya papa atitaha. Therefore, we should not mix up the higher self and the lower self, the superior I and the inferior I. Here, Bhagavan is talking from the Atma angle. I am akarta, I am abhokta. Then why do people suffer? What is the cause of suffering? The cause of suffering comes from deha abhimana, identification with the body, the ahankara identification. We've already seen this. This is not any new idea. The third chapter, verse 27. Ahankara vimudatma karta aham iti manyate. Identified with ahankara, identified with the body, with the mind, intellect, etc., etc., foolishly he suffers. This comes due to the ignorance of the higher nature. When I do not know the superior self, I identify with the inferior self. So Bhagavan says, Ajnanena jnanam avritam. Avritam covered. Jnanam, knowledge is covered. How? Ajnanena, by ignorance. Ignorance just veils knowledge. It is covering the higher nature. The higher nature can be discovered only through knowledge. In its absence, the jiva suffers. So by this, it's very clear. Our basic problem is ajnanam, the ignorance. So the solution, simple solution is jnana, the knowledge of my true nature. The result is tena, because of this ignorance, jantavaha, people who are born again and again, muyanti, they are deluded. We are all jantus. Jayate tanoti iti jantuhu. We are born, growing, and subject to repeated births. When I am identified with the body, I will have repeated births. Therefore, an ignorant human being is called jantu here. Creature, something that is created is creature. We are all created. Don't be mad, when the teacher calls you a creature. Don't be mad. It's okay. But a wise person is no more a jantu because he does not say, I am subject to birth. Instead, what he says, again, we have seen this early in the second chapter. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranah nahanyate hanyamane sharire. I am not a jantu subject to birth and death. I am without birth. I am that Brahma. I am that Atma. Therefore, all our problems because of self-ignorance. So this verse is a very important verse because Bhagavan diagnoses our problem of samsara roga, the disease called samsara. Once I am identified with the body, I get deluded. Consequences of this wrong identification are many. When I identify with the body, I become a finite entity. I have date of birth, date of death, all that. I am limited by space. I am here and I'm not there. If I want to be there, I have to hop on a plane, sit at airports, take 20 hours, 25 hours to get there. I just cannot be there just like that. Time-wise also finite. When I mistake myself to be the body, I don't want to die. I do not accept my temporal limitation. I want to survive. As the body, I seek immortality. That ain't going to happen. Identification with the body leads to all these limitations, temporal, spatial, everything. Thereafter, there are so many other problems. I take myself to be the karta, the doer. And when the results come, I experience them, enjoy them, suffer from them. I become the bhokta. Suppose I get the results I want. I enjoy it. Good. Very happy. But the results are short-lived. So to enjoy the results, I have to repeat the action. So I am bound to do the action. This is samsara. Bhagavan calls this moha, delusion. Muyanti jantavaha. They are deluded. They are drowned in this ignorance. Then the question is, what is the solution? Diagnosis is over, but how do you cure? What is this treatment? What's the course of treatment? What medicine should I take? Or do I have to have a surgery? Maybe. Can also be mental therapy. You may have to go to a psychologist and psychiatrist. Who knows? This is said in the next verse, and this is an important verse. Tell you later why these two verses, 15 and 16, are so very important. Let us read verse 16. Jnanena tu tat ajnanam, jnanena tu tad ajnanam, yesham nashitam atmanah, yesham nashitam atmanah, tesham adityavajnanam, tesham adityavajnanam, prakashayati tatparam, prakashayati tatparam, jnanena tu tatajnanam, yesham nashitam atmanah, tesham adityavajnanam, prakashayati tatparam. So in the last verse, we read, Ajnanena avritam jnanam. True knowledge is covered by ignorance. The root cause was the ignorance. Those who have the ignorance, muyati, they are deluded, confused, and they suffer. They are in samsara. Saying karomi, I'm doing. Karayati, make things happen, make others do it for me. Bhokshase, I enjoy. Bhojayami, iti. All that we say. I do, I make other people do actions for me, I enjoy, make others enjoy. If ignorance is the cause, then what should be the solution? Solution is very simple. Ignorance is the cause, knowledge is the solution. Ignorance has to be removed. If a bacteria or virus has come to my body and is causing the disease, I have all these symptoms, what is the cure? It's a bacterial infection. I need to take some antibiotics. The case of virus, if you already have it, it's a problem. If you have a potential to be exposed to them, you can take some vaccines. All these are there. Sometimes antiviral drugs are there. You have to get rid of the bug with a drug. The antidote to ignorance is jnanam, knowledge. Ignorance can be destroyed only by knowledge. Nothing else. Bhashyakar Shankaracharya gives the example how light alone can remove darkness. Someone were to ask in how many different ways, how many methods are available for me to remove darkness. Somebody says, sweep away the darkness. Sweep it away, get a dust buster. Get a blower and then just blow the darkness away. Will that work? Okay. We are talking about a different kind. When it comes to the darkness of ignorance, how do you remove that darkness? Okay, let us practice yogasana, pranayama. Let us do Sahasranama Parayana. Again, if you're just talking about darkness, let us sit in the dark room, chant Sahasranama. No. Dhyana is better than Parayanam. So let us meditate in the dark room. Meditate, let the darkness go away, let me see the light. However much meditation you do, the darkness will not go away. With all due respects to all these sadhanas, okay? Don't think I'm ridiculing all these sadhanas. They all have, their place. The fact is, none of them can remove the darkness, the plain old darkness, nor the darkness of ignorance. There is only one thing that is opposed to darkness, that is light. Similarly, the darkness of ignorance has to be removed by the brilliance of knowledge. That's all. Atma Bodha, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says beautifully, aviroditaya karma na vidyam vinivartayet vidya vidyam nihanteva tejastimira sangavat. Beautiful words. Action is not opposed to ignorance. If action were opposed to ignorance, then by employing action, you can remove ignorance. Action cannot destroy ignorance. Only knowledge can dispel ignorance, just like light alone can remove darkness. This is a simple idea only when you think about this way. Let us say I have ignorance of physics, subject of physics. I don't know. I want to study physics. And no amount of physical activity like walking, jogging, even when you do it in a prestigious college campus, go to Harvard or Yale or Stanford, and then walk around the campus. Why? I want to gain knowledge of physics. That won't work. If you do an archana, puja for the greatest physicist, will that work? I take $1,000 and put it in Tirupati hundi. That give you knowledge of physics? That won't work. Okay, I will do Nama Japa of Einstein. Einstein-aya namaha. Om. That won't work. You have to sit in a physics class, listen to the physics lecture, whatever assignments he gives you, you have to do, study. You will get the knowledge. Only that knowledge can remove the ignorance of physics. That's why in Bhajagovindam, again, Shankaracharya says beautifully, Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Atava Danam Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena Bhajati na Muktim Janmashatena. Kuru, do. Ganga Sagara Gamanam. You start from where Gangaji starts, up in the Himalayas. Walk down the entire stretch till Gangaji meets Sagara, ends in Bay of Bengal, near Kolkata. 2,000 miles plus miles stretch, you walk. That won't give you liberation. Vrata Paripalan, so many vratas I take. Atava Danam, give to charity. None of that will work. Jnana Vihina hai Sarvamatena. This is the opinion of everyone, all wise men. Without knowledge, Jnana Vihina. Bhajati na muktim. You won't get liberation. Janmashaten. Hundreds of books. And Purusha Suktam also says, Tamevam vidvan amrita iha bhavati nanyah panta ayanaya vidyate. There are not many paths to prepare yourself for moksha. Jnanam alone liberates. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Jnanena tu tat ajnanam nashitam. Knowledge alone destroys ignorance. The question is, which knowledge? That is also important. Any knowledge cannot destroy any ignorance. A particular knowledge can destroy a particular ignorance. Physics knowledge can destroy physics ignorance, not chemistry ignorance. In any case, none of them, all those apara vidyas, they cannot remove self-ignorance. You need Atma Vidya. One may have a PhD in physics or chemistry or microbiology, neuroscience. As far as the self-knowledge is concerned, if he is a zero, nothing will happen for him. Cannot be that hero. Cannot become that jnani, mukta purusha, he cannot. So Bhagavan carefully uses the word atmanah, meaning of the self. Therefore, only self-knowledge can destroy self-ignorance. Naturally, the next question is how to get that self-knowledge? The answer is not given in this verse, but we have seen it earlier in the 4th chapter, verse 34. Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. You have to go to that qualified teacher. Guru sadhanam you have to do. You have to approach a teacher. Serve him. And when he is pleased, ask for knowledge, ask for self-knowledge. That qualified teacher will teach you. Only a consistent, systematic study of the scriptures, Vedantic scriptures, and that too under the guidance of Shrotriya Brahmanishta. That's where we will study. Qualified guru, competent guru. And that also you have to do for a length of time. Then you will gain that self-knowledge. That is what we call Jnana Yoga. So you have to take to this Jnana Marga to gain self-knowledge. And what will it do? Bhagavan says, Tesham, for those wise people, Jnanam Tatparam Prakashayati. It will shine like this. How? An example is given. Adityavat, like the sun. How sun is bright and brilliant. What light can match that sunlight? It will shine like that. The self-knowledge, aham brahmasmi, I am Brahman, that knowledge, that akhandakara vritti, unbroken thought that I am Brahman, it illumines, it removes the darkness of ignorance. All other thoughts will be overwhelmed by the Paramartha Swarupa Darshanam. It will remove my ignorance and reveal my real nature. Then it will shine like the midday sun in summer. Everything is covered in the dark of the night. But when the sun rises, darkness goes away, everything is bright. Darkness is removed, things are illumined. Knowledge will reveal that supreme, my own higher nature. It reveals my nature, and that is the Shuddha Swarupa. Ever pure, ever secure, ever full, ever complete. That indeed is the fact. You need not depend on anything else. Whatever wonderful things you seek in life, they are all with you. If you seek love, you are the embodiment of love. You don't have to get love from anyone, but give love freely to everyone. You can go on giving and it will never get exhausted. That wonderful self you are. that higher self, this knowledge will reveal. Similarly, because of the inner darkness, I'm struggling in life. At the dawn of knowledge, the wise man has no more struggles, no more anxiety, no more worries, no more stress, no more strain, no more tension. Nandati Nandati Nandateva. He rejoices and he rejoices and rejoices and rejoices and rejoices. That's what Bhagavan Shankaracharya says again in Bhagavad. On that happy note, Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.